No slowing down when you're living on the devil's dime. That's what we're talking about today. This is my daily sports plays. This is Kyle Johnston mic'd up. You can find my work on Twitter at kjohnstonmic'd up. You can find my stuff on my blog site, kylejohnstonmic'dup.wordpress.com. Type my name into YouTube. You can't miss this ugly face now, can you? Or this voice. You know, a lot of people tell me I'm loud. Well, hopefully this voice can get me paid one day. Nicely. Paid nicely, I should say. But anyways, just before I hop into my plays of the day, it's got a little story of that guitar since we opened up this segment here with a little Zach Wild from Black Label Society, in my opinion, one of the best guitar players of today. But I got that guitar you see there, spit it out, Kyle. That guitar you see there in the background, it's not my guitar. I can't play guitar. Can't play any instruments. I love music, grew up with musicians. That's my buddy's guitar. I live here with my buddy. And he can play it. He picks it up every now and then. And funny story is, like, I wish I could replicate his laugh. Kind of, you know, he's got a great laugh. But I was in my room and I heard a guitar going, right? So I came out and I thought he was playing. I was like, fuck, haven't heard you play guitar in a little while. I thought you were playing. And just the topic of his guitar came up. And I told him that I move it there just for some depth, you know, in my podcast. Because people talk about it. People ask me, right? You know, it just gets people talking and stuff like that. It's kind of why I have a little bit of things in the background and shit, right? But I told him I put it there for depth, and he just started fucking laughing his fucking ass off. And I didn't really know why. He just started fucking laughing hysterically. And he's like, man, for like fucking 3 weeks I've been wondering what the fuck is going on. Like every time I come home, I see my guitar moved, I move the guitar back, and I come and it's moved back, and I know you don't play the guitar. And he's like, I've been wondering what the hell's going on. Is it in my head? And it's you moving it, man. And I'm just like, yeah, man, that's what, you know, I told him why. And he just started fucking laughing, man. It was pretty fucking hilarious. No, I grew up with musicians, right? I love guitar. I wish I could play it. Like, we used to always go down to the basement and listen to them play, jam, practice, head over to the other room, turn on Teletoons, turn on Comedy Network, watch the guitar, and watch all the cartoons. Fucking Futurama. Simpsons, South Park, obviously South Park's my fave. Little King of the Hill. And, you know, my buddy would get into other stuff. You know, my best friend. It was my best friend's band. I basically lived there through high school and stuff. Remember, he got into a CIS fucking crave. He made me watch fucking CIS. Oh, shit, that shit was fucking awful. But anyways, that's a story for another day. And the sun is also pissing me off. Usually I do this podcast in the morning before I go out and do what I have to do. But, I went out and finished my Christmas shopping, actually, today. Got all that done. Just got to wrap it up. Just got to wrap it all up. Basically, everything's all done. Might hit up a store or two maybe tomorrow, but that's really it. Just little fun things, but no, just all the wrapping, all the big stuff's all done. But what's not done are the games tonight. We got some business to attend. This is the Daily Sports Plays. I don't need to ramble on too much longer. Let's hit this quick and let's hit this hard. We're going to start on the frozen pond. Hockey's been pretty good to me this year. One of the more difficult sports to handicap, I think. But we've been hitting it pretty good this year. I don't know what my actual totals are and stuff like that. But we've been pretty hot lately. We've been rolling. The ball's we're keeping the ball moving towards the goal line, baby. That's what we're doing. Punch some touchdowns in Sunday. Maybe kick some field goals Saturday, but Sunday was definitely a good day. Yesterday was fucking bullshit, though. Fucking Washington Redskins couldn't show up. What was that, Kirk Cousins? Just sling the ball. Were you beat up a little bit? Fuck. It was awful. We had it right with Carolina, but we couldn't hit the over. We couldn't hit the over on a teaser. Fucking field goal kickers. If they could fucking do their job, we would have fucking at least pushed. Probably would have got it. 3-4 points left off the fucking board. But anyways, we don't live in the past. We learn from the past. We remember the past. But we definitely do not live in the past. Each day is a new day. We keep moving forward. So the couple games that caught my eye, some late night games. First off, the Winnipeg Jets They're on the road in Vancouver. Vancouver right now, well, I guess I should say the Jets are minus 125 road favorites. Total in this game is 5 pucks. I like the Winnipeg Jets to beat the Vancouver Canucks. Canucks are awful. They have a very young blue line, learning, and they're not very good either. One or two of them will blossom. It's just that is what it is, just by the amount of work and ice time they're getting. Not very solid. Markstrom don't like in net. Vancouver struggles at scoring. They can't keep the puck out of their net. Scheifele, Patrick Laine, they should have a field day. They should have a field day of shots. Like, holy fuck, man. If they can't get the shot opportunities against the Vancouver Canucks, I don't know what the hell they're going to be able to do in the future with the Winnipeg Jets, man. Even though they're playing some good hockey right now, I, for one, don't think the Winnipeg Jets can keep the fucking pedal to the metal. But let's hopefully they can do it tonight. I like them out minus 125 because the Canucks are pitiful. And in some real late night action, I told my buddy I never bet on Calgary Flames games. I can't remember the last time I bet on a Calgary Flames game. Stayed away from them all year, I'm pretty sure. But tonight, we're going to fucking bet on a Calgary Flames game. Calgary Flames coming off, well, they're on the second game of a back-to-back. Brian Elliott played last night. Chad Johnston should be between the pipes. Coming off a victory. So they're playing some alright hockey. It was a nasty game in Arizona, man. Nasty fucking game. That's what I like to see in hockey. Some emotion. Some personality. The Sharks, they're coming off a long-ass Eastern road trip. And you know what I think about teams coming off those long Eastern road trips or long Western road trips, playing their first game back, you add in the festive season. They are human beings. They got families. They got stuff to do. Sharks are sitting at minus 200 home favorites. I don't think they should be minus 200. I'm going to take the Calgary Flames at plus 170. In fact, I grabbed them at plus 165. So maybe be a little bit more patient. Maybe people, well, it's obvious. The public's throwing San Jose into a lot of fucking parlays. But I like the Canucks to show up. Chad Johnston to show up. They're starting to put the puck in the net, Calgary. So I like that as a road dog. So I'm going to take the Calgary Flames at plus 170. On the hard court tonight, start with the pros. We're going to run through this real quick. The LA Lakers. The awful, pitiful LA Lakers. They're on the road in Charlotte. Take on the Hornets. Charlotte's 8.5-point favorites right now. And yes, I like the pitiful, awful LA Lakers. They've been a lot better this year. A lot better. Much better. I grabbed them at plus 9. It's sitting at plus 8.5 right now. So if you like them, grab them. Obviously, some public or the Sharps are thinking the same way I am. I think it's just too many points for Charlotte to cover. Charlotte's first game at home in 8-9 days. So I'm going to put the same effect into Charlotte that I put in for the for the San Jose Sharks. They got shit to do, man, so I look for them to come out slow. I think the Lakers can jump on them early. Lakers can't play defense, but they can fucking score. So hopefully they can jump on them early and they can just somehow stay in the game. So I like the Lakers to cover the plus 9. Toronto Raptors, hometown team. Not my team, but the hometown Toronto Raptors, minus 15-point favorites over the Brooklyn Nets. Total in this game is 223.5. I like the over 223. Brooklyn Nets play a fast pace. Aren't they the most fast-paced team in the fucking league now, basically? Like, if you don't watch the Brooklyn Nets, they're not your fucking yesterday Brooklyn Nets. They push the ball a lot, man. They have to. They got a little bit of talent, very young, very raw, so they push the ball a lot. Can't play any defense. Toronto's one of the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. You combine that together, I like the over 223. And I don't know if this is a trap game or not, but I'm going to hop all over it. Cleveland Cavaliers right now are minus 4-point favorites. Road favorites over the Milwaukee Bucks. I like Cleveland to cover the minus 4. Right now it's down to minus 3.5. So maybe something's up. Maybe I'm not on the right end. So tread lightly on this. But as long as LeBron James and Kyrie Irving are playing, Kevin Love is out. Knee injury. So long as LeBron James and Kyrie Irving are playing, I think they can beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Milwaukee Bucks are a different home team than they are on the road. They will come to play. But I like the Cleveland Cavaliers. I look for them to show up. Especially going into the festive, going into Christmas and stuff. I like for them to end on teams want to end on a high note. I think Cleveland wants to do that, especially after sitting their players, getting some bad rep. I think they're going to show up a little bit. And finally, on the college court, don't really like a lot of the games tonight, so I kind of stayed away. One game kind of caught my eye, though, so we'll jump on it. Iowa. Iowa's hosting North Dakota, and Iowa's just not that good. Right now, they're sitting at minus 11-point favorites, and I don't think they're going to cover the 11. I don't think they're going to be able to stop North Dakota. I think North Dakota will be able to slow down Iowa. North Dakota can score. North Dakota, they don't have a bad defense. The kids are all from the general area, too, so they're going to want to play fucking good against each other. I don't think it's going to go over 165.5. I think the under, lean to the under. And I do think North Dakota will cover the 11 points, though. So as we wind down the year of 2016, I will have, somewhat of a year in review. Talk about some of my favorite things in the sports world. Talk Donald Trump. Talk some pop culture things and stuff like that. Talk some music. Some of my favorite music 2016, stuff like that. Just kind of wrap up 2016. It was a weird-ass fucking year for me in 2016. So keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to talk a little Christmas and what I like about Christmas. I love Christmas. I hate all the other holidays. I really do. I really can't stand them all. But between Christmas and New Year's, that's what I like, and that's really the only thing that I like. I could really care less about everything else. Halloween's fun. Not really a holiday. It's kind of a nice night out. Halloween's, up there, but everything else I could really care less about. But, I just want to end this on a little bit of a sad note because that's what 2016 has kind of been. So just want to send my condolences and my best wishes to all those people affected over in Germany with that, the attack on the Christmas shopping center with the truck. Like, that was just awful, man. That's just awful. Awful. Absolutely awful. So I feel for all the families and everybody involved in that situation. It's only going to, create more tension and ties politically, which sucks. The same stuff that went down in Syria and the ambassador and stuff like that. That was an awful situation as well. But the Christmas thing, man, it's just people going out Christmas shopping for the families and stuff. That's awful. Awful stuff, man. That's the world in which we live in, right? It doesn't really shock me. I say it's awful, but it doesn't shock me at all. Basically numb to a lot of things. But remember, you can find my work on Twitter at KJohnstonMic'd-up. You can find my work on my blog site, KyleJohnstonMic'd-up.wordpress.com. And remember, if you're not laying money down the table, you're not winning.